Hi guys, I'm gonna do my 2 cents now on the Las Vegas shooting. It's been I don't know how long, a week or more. So this is maybe the right time for my 2 cents to add my little bit of vomit into the bucket of opinion, public opinion. So let me give you my little opinion on all this, what happened and what could have happened and what should have happened and what didn't happen and what will maybe happen again. I'm upstairs here. Let me sit down here, get my feet up on that stool over there. Nice. Nice. Now I feel good. Okay guys, so if the first question, from the point of perspective of teaching survival, urban survival, this is a very interesting case. The mass shooting in Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay Hotel. Wow, a funky little name, huh? Mandalay Bay. That sounds a little bit like Club Safari. It makes you think of relaxing with a cold pina colada or whatever, Anyway, if you're into sweet cocktails, I'm more like a straight shooter, literally and figuratively speaking. So anyway, let's get back to the business at hand, which is survival. Okay, so how the fuck are you going to survive a situation like that, where somebody is spraying bullets at you from, I don't know, 500 meters, a mile away? Now, somebody actually asked me that question, which I asked my master, Mario Kagawa, many years ago, and he said to me, I said to him, what are you going to do if a sharpshooter is lying in ambush and awaiting you? His answer surprised me. He just said, I won't go there. So, I think at that time there was this plane crash, China Air of Taiwan. They crashed on Nagoya airport in Japan. I think he was actually booked on one of those flights that crashed, or the Nagoya flight. And then he changed the ticket. He said, "Oh yeah, you see, I changed my ticket. I took another flight." So anyway, I don't want to say too much about that, but I just throw this in here. So you're gonna ask me now, Frank, what are you gonna teach me? How the fuck to survive this kind of situation, right? It's good and well to say, hey, don't go there, but how the fuck do I know not to go there? So you see, when I teach my Black Shield Elite Training, BSET is best, by the way, remember that little slogan, that's my logo. The first thing I will teach you is what's called awareness, okay, which is just, basically what your 5 senses can ascertain. So basically it's in your immediate vicinity, right? You see things, hear things, smell things, and so on. So that is your immediate awareness, okay? So you see or hear something weird, okay, you smell, smoke, whatever, this could be a fire. Okay, so that's very, very simple. We can all understand that, right? Now, on top of that, the first basic thing after the awareness that I teach is, it sounds a little bit crazy, but this is fucking important. I also teach you to trust what is commonly known as your sixth sense, ESP. Some people will call it ESP. Now, for me, that is how I see the world. You have your little bubble right around you, which are your 5 senses, which is how you connect to this little bubble or what's going on right around you. Then you have your bigger bubble. The bigger bubble is as big as you want it to be. Like I said, a mile away, the whole planet could be part of that bubble. The whole universe could be part of that bubble, okay? Which is that bubble will be accessed through your 6 senses, your ESP, whatever you want to call it. There are other words for it, okay? And there are ways of training it. There are ways you can train that, if you want to call it the power or ability or whatever. Look, I'm not interested in semantics. It's all fucking semantics. You can argue until you drop dead about, is it ESP, is it chi, is it extra, is it 6 sense, is it 7 sense, is it whatever. I don't give a fucking shit. As long as you know somebody's going to be over there, or you got to not know it, but you got a feeling. When I was walking, I remember I told the story in another video. In the army, we had the night march, 20-kilometer forced march, and I had the feeling there's danger, imminent danger. I told our officer, he was like, "Fuck you, you're just lazy, you don't want to walk." It's, you know. And then literally within 2 minutes, we walked into an ambush. Although this was only training. This was only a training exercise, okay? It was not real bullets being fired at us. It was just blanks. And we walked into an ambush. But I could literally, I knew there was danger ahead of us. So, and then later on I discovered, you know, I told the whole story somewhere else. So anyway, Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Aikido, martial art of Japan, before the Second World War, he actually demonstrated to the Japanese generals how he could dodge bullets. And the generals were all fired up. "Oh, you should train the whole army and we will be invincible." And he was laughing. I got to see their eyes. Okay, I'm not going to go into all of that stuff now. You know, pupils dilating or whatever, the blood pressure, your adrenaline kicking, all that shit. So look, there's a lot to be said about that. You know, that's massive. So, but anyway, that is another topic. But anyway, the point is that Morihei Ueshiba of Aikido, he was laughing at these generals and he ran away. He disappeared for the whole of the Second World War into the mountains, and he was probably hanging out there with his buddies. And he came down after the war, because once you reach a battle situation, then it becomes unpredictable. Okay. The best survival option is not to go there, which Morihei actually did. He pulled out of the war, right? So he survived it, unlike millions of other Japanese. Now, the other thing that I found very interesting about this Las Vegas shooting situation was, you know, there are many things. Okay, many interesting things here. But the real hero was the security guard, the Mexican, or Jesus, whatever his name was. He was the real hero. And he found the shooter before the shooter was shooting. See? Sixth Sense, ESP. This is how ESP works. ESP doesn't work on a mental way. You can't figure it out. It just happens. It just happens. The universe will start to cooperate with you. Once you let go of your ego, that's how the universe will actually start to steer you. Now, this poor security guard, he didn't know that he found the shooter. He didn't know that what he was doing, but he found the shooter before the shooter was shooting. That's a fact. And he saved the lives of maybe hundreds, could be even thousands of people by doing that, okay? Now people say, oh, the 58 people lost, but it could have been much worse, much. This guy was very well, this whole thing was very well planned. If the security guard didn't found this guy, my guess is there would be 500 dead, even more, because he had a car full of explosives. I don't know if the car was in a car park underneath the building, which it often is. If he set that off, maybe all the other cars around it would start exploding. This guy could have done enormous damage, you know. I mean, he could have done a hell of a lot of damage more. And he was only firing for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, he shot down, or he hit about, what is it, 500-600 people. So he could have, you know, if the security guard didn't stumble on him, he probably would have shot at least over 1,000, okay? Plus, he could have escaped down to his car, blew that up. So the damage could have been way worse. So the security guard proved the point of the sixth sense, the ESP. It doesn't work on your mind. It works through the universe, okay? It's like a miracle or magic. You see, there are two principles that I also stand by. One is magic, the other one is miracle. Okay, magic is what you can do. I can do magic. Miracle is what happens to you. Okay, So this was basically a miracle, right? What happened to the security guard? How did he find this guy? Now, what really disturbs me, though, I find really bothersome, if I was an American, I would be asking these fucking questions to the police were on the scene, apparently 2 minutes, within, anyway, a few minutes. So I guess the guys, he had the cameras installed, so he stopped shooting. Maybe he saw the police coming up. Maybe then he took his own life. Maybe he was like, okay, I'm trapped. Maybe he didn't want to fight his way out or whatever. I have no idea, but I'm not going to speculate on that. But the point is that from the point the police arrived on the scene, 1 hour later, it took them 1 hour to enter that guy's room. Now that's, I find really fucking scary. Because what is the job of the police? If they are not there to protect people, can it take them 1 hour before they just bring, I don't know, bring up their courage to kick down the door or whatever, I mean, this is really weird shit. Anyway, okay. Maybe in South Africa we just have a different mindset, different mentality, and different training when it comes to this kind of shit. Our police don't take fucking shit. Let me tell you this. I've been watching this stuff happening here in Marawi, 3 months of, look, all I can guarantee you is that if Marawi happened in South Africa, it will be over and done with. If not the first fucking day, the second day. There will be no third day. So, okay, that's my little take on the police there, their training, their attitude, their mentality. All of that is different, like day and night, from what I'm used to in my own training. The third thing I want to add here is, like I've also already mentioned that before, another survival scenario. Okay, not everybody is switched on. Not everybody is switched on all the time. Not everybody's sixth sense kicks in. Not everybody is and what is scary is that most people don't really trust their own intuition. When they do get the signal there is danger, or there's imminent danger, or their lives are in danger, they may not even act on it. Right? This happens a lot because we think it's superstition. It's the same with violence. When you look at martial art, that's another topic, but let's go there quickly. People train martial art, but a lot of people train martial arts because they want to look good. They want to do the fancy kicks, they want to do the fancy moves, but they don't want to do the nitty-gritty, shitty, hard, dirty, which is real combat, right? Which is life and death. If you bring that up in front, 90% of so-called martial artists will just walk away. Oh my God, So it's the same with the sixth sense. People don't trust their own sixth sense. So anyway, so now you're a part of that crowd. Okay, then the final, in the final analysis, there's still, like in the military training, you're still gonna do your. When you hear the first shot, or you see the first people getting hit around you, you do your basic fucking training, which is what? You fucking hit the deck, minimize your, your don't put yourself up as a target. You've got to minimize yourself as a target. So you hit the deck, you scout for the nearest cover, whatever, a tree, a pole, a wall, whatever it may be. You fucking leopard crawl. If you don't know what's leopard crawl, you go down on your stomach, you use your elbows and your knees to wriggle along like a snake or a lizard until you're behind that cover. So that if you do that, unless you're one of the really unlucky ones to get hit at the first, who got hit first, then you should be fine. Like I said before in the other program about the bombing, the bombing Ariana Grande concert there, I made a whole video about bombings and how you can minimize your risk, of getting or of ending up in a bomb attack. Is, again, look, terrorists or these kind of people, this guy is a terrorist, right? They want to maximize the damage. I mean, pretty much deep down they know that they're going to, even they have an exit strategy, but a lot of them know that they're not going to get out, right? So, that's normal. I mean, you want to maximize your profits. You want to maximize your impact. You want to maximize your attack. So you're going to go for the big groups, or the, where a lot of people are gathered, right? That's concert, like the concert in UK. They love to attack train stations because people are gathered together. When they attack a train with a bomb, for example, they will put it in the middle of the train. They won't put it at the fucking end, where there are less people and less crowded. People are like sheep, right? They all go for the middle carriages. They all bunch together. People are lazy. They don't want to walk the extra 50 meters to get to the end. So that's where any terrorist with a little bit of savvy is going to put it in the middle of the train or the bus. And of course, rush hour, the time. What time is he going to fucking put it there? Rush hour, right? So there you go. There are all these little technical details that you can think about. When you want to minimize. Of course, if you go to right now, in what areas in the world are you prone to suffer terrorism or this kind of terror? Well, it seems like in the USA, this can happen anytime, anywhere, any moment, right? It's very unpredictable. There's so many guns around, so many crazy people around, so much drugs around, so many people with grudges, that this situation literally, anywhere, anytime, any moment, it's up to you. You cannot sit down like we've seen now with the police. It took them 1 hour to enter this guy's room, even though they fucking know he's inside there. So you cannot depend on the police. If you have that mindset, bend your head down, kiss your fucking ass goodbye, and get your mind right. Take care of yourself, number one. Take care of number one, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Do a survival training course. Get the basics right. So when the shit hits the fan, I was reading up on these serial killers, and there's one serial killer about his MO, his modus operandi was very simple. He said, I would just walk down the street and walk into yards, and then I would walk up to the front door and I would turn the knob to see which door was open. If the door was open, I would walk in and murder the person inside. And then all the time it was women. They were all alone at home. They didn't lock the front door. Oh, this is my right to be safe in my own home. The government should take care of me. The police force should take care of me. Yeah. Well, every year, millions of people with that attitude fucking end up on the other side. And so I really advise you, do your fucking training, get your mind right, and be aware. Awareness and your sixth sense. I hope this helps for all of us. And knock on wood. And karma. May I add that? Okay, that's something else I will discuss in the future. Karma. Don't let your karma, don't let the dogma kill your karma. That's the old joke, right? Okay, guys, I'm out. I hope this helps. And this is a very interesting topic. And, oh.